Hello, this is Stabadan and Samadan, and they are on a journey to make gold. Last time we were trying some various flips of a new herb market, and Samadan started questing in Western Plaguelands. Let's go have a look at our auctions and see how we got on from last time. It's been a few days since then, so let's see what expired and what we have in sales. And, well, okay, we have some sales, a lot of sales. Now, some of this, Sorimoss, Swift Thistle, Golden Sansom, Strangle Kelp is in there, Mage Royal, the Mage Weave is there. So it's a good mix here of herbs and other bits and pieces, which is really promising. That's good to see. 2,667 gold. The Bronze Tube, which we picked up from the vendor, that was a sale as well. And then we've got a few other bits and pieces. We have another note. Thank you so much. That is very kind of you. I'll read that later. And then we've got a whole lot of expires as well. Okay, that's looking pretty awesome. I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's collect all of that up. A nice bit of extra gold there. Fantastic. Okay, so what do we have now? We have exactly 8,000 gold. Still a relatively large amount of stock as well. So let's go post this on the auction house and see what happens with all this lot. Okay, we'll run a post scan and keep an eye on the prices. See what our TSM operations are doing here. If there's a few things below minimum price, we could look at those and decide if there's something we can do with that. That being at minimum price, the fell cloth, 35 there. Seems slightly cheap from looking at the region market average of being 89. Fell cloth is one of those things that's used in a few occasional tailoring items and things like that, and it can make the mooncloth robe as well. So looking at that, there's something we could maybe do there. There's a few more here below minimum price. The liver and the crab meat, those are fine to go as they are. A couple of things below minimum price, we could decide to post those on anyway. That's in the recipes and the newbie weather and armour. But everything else seems reasonable, so let's go post it all on. There we go, so 8,000 gold and 27,000 in posted auctions. Let's go see if we can add to that somewhat. Let's look at a vendor search first and foremost. Okay, we have a chest plate that's, what's that? Vendor sell is 39.95, so that's an extra 1 gold 95 and a few extra silver on those ones. Probably not worth it at this time, so I'll just leave those at the moment considering our amount of gold versus the time it takes to do those. Let's have a look at potential relics first. Keep this in two different sections. See if there's anything we can bump the price on. Again, I'm going to order this by price. Look at the cheaper ones first, whilst also keeping an eye on the blue items, which tell me there's greater market variation on the blue ones. So for example, linen cloth is down here at 2 gold. We could maybe push that up higher. Copper ore at 243. We could possibly push that higher. Mage weave sitting at 70 silver. How much have we got? Oh, there's 2,000 here at 1 gold and 5. We could maybe try and push Mage Weave up to 2 gold. That's an option there. So 1 gold to 2 gold. Our average buy price is... Our average purchase is 99 silver. Our average sale price... Now that we've got some more figures here, we can actually look at these. Our last purchase 6 days ago sold on average for 1 gold 52. So that would be a reasonable one there. We take the Mage Weave, have a look here. It's quite a lot here, but then we do have a bit more gold now. So if we took everything up to here, up to the 2 gold mark, we would then go here at 2,500, which is costing us 2,700, which is a quarter of our money, well, over a quarter of our money. But I'm fairly confident we could possibly push that one higher. So let's try that one, because we've had experience with that one before. Then Runecloth is here at 1 gold 40. That's another popular one. If we were to push that higher, 140, we could go up to the 250 mark. So if we took all of those, ooh, that's 5,000 gold there. With an average price of 1 gold 80, That would take nearly all of our money out, looking at that, if we were to push those higher. I mean, it's quite a popular one. It's possible. Our average sale is 217 from looking at that. Our average purchase is 2 gold. So this is cutting it close. It's a risk, definitely, and it will take out a lot of our gold. But it would mean we can push the market price a little bit higher. The average there at 1 gold 80. If it doesn't work out, we're going to have to try and sell it for the same sort of price. Ideally, what I'd want to do is, rather than put all my eggs in one basket, so to speak, is to spread this over different markets. So say, for example, I took this only up to this beginning section here, take up to 145 and buy those. Then look at other things that we could possibly push up, like the linen cloth. Let's have a look at that one. Linen cloth here, we could take the 34 here at 2 gold. We could even take the 2 gold 50 and push it up to 3 gold 22. Again, it's using a smaller proportion of my money, but it's spreading out my purchases over several different items, so I'm not just focusing on one. I mean, the frostweave cloth is looking quite cheap. The things that use frostweave cloth turn out to be quite expensive because it uses bolts, so it adds up quite quickly. But you could, looking at this, you could take the 54 silver ones and just push things up a little bit higher here. Tempest hide is quite cheap here at 90 silver. We've purchased for 50, we've sold it for 114. And then there's another lot, 2,000 here at 1 gold 05. So that will take out too much of my gold to buy that one out. And there's not enough of a price difference between 90 silver and 1 gold and 5. Deep sea satin is 1 gold and 5. Now people will be using this to make the deep sea bags. It could be a possible one here, taking the 1 gold 5 and pushing it up to 175. That would cost us 2,000 gold. Again, it's another jump. What's deep sea satin looking like? Region sale average is quite high. Region market average is quite high. So the market value is currently 238. So we could, and the jump between here and here, I mean, ideally, for the sake of just 8 of them, you take it up to 1 gold 80 there for the 2,200. That will take up quite a lot of my gold. Sale rate is 0.64. If it all doesn't work out, we could always turn this into deep sea bags. If we have a look at those, let's buy these, and then we have a look at deep sea bag. So these are currently going for 99 gold. I can't remember how many deep sea it takes to make one deep sea bag. Let me just look that up. So a deep sea bag takes 28 deep sea and 14 tide spray, plus some nylon thread as well. If we type in tide spray linen / exact, then we'll look for that exact item. And so the current price of tide spray linen, that's actually quite cheap at 185. You could probably push that a little bit higher. Looking at this, wow, that's 161,000 at 2 gold. That's a large amount. So if you bought the tide spray linen for about 2 gold each, you're probably looking at a crafting cost of, say, 30, 40 times 2, about 80 gold. So the deep sea bag at 90 is not giving a huge amount of profit there, but the demand for deep sea bags is going to go up probably quite high, what with the pre-patcher happening quite soon. So I would say that's fine at the moment. We're left with 1,700 gold. Let's have a quick look at the herbs as well. I don't want to use up all of my gold, but let's just see if there's any clear bargains here. Things that we could possibly push up. Things that have a big market variation here. So thinking about here, the fade leaf is probably the closest here. The fade leaf and the Khadgar's whisker. Depends on the sale rate though. Sale rate here is 0.35. Personal sale rate 0.06. Swift thistle has a better sale rate. Looking at that, you want to look at things which you could just push up the price a little bit higher. Say up to there would be one of those options. The Peace Bloom has a reasonable sale rate, 230, but it's also reasonably available as well. I'm not seeing any standout ones, so I think I'll leave those and keep hold of my gold. Let's take the things we bought and then put them back on the auction house and see if you can raise the price on those a little bit. So that was a fairly large investment of our gold. Some risk involved there in spending it on some of those items, but let's have a look. So looking at this, the linen cloth is coming here at 322. Let's have a look. So 322, we're going in here, looking at the linen cloth. Deposit is 431, so that should be fine. We'll post those on. The rune cloth is coming here at 186. We bought that for 143, so 186 gives us a little bit extra. We could possibly jump up a little bit higher, but we're just trying to increase a little bit here. The deposit of 318 is fine for these kind of things. You get to a point with deposit fees is you end up just soaking them up as part of your running costs. It's like your ongoing property rental or electricity bill or something like that. Obviously, if it's something like transmog that has a higher deposit fee, then you might have to look at this a bit more. So let's post that on. Deep Sea Satin, we bought that for the 105. Now it's going on for 180. So a few extra silver per satin, but there was a large quantity of it. That's the main thing here. Frostweave cloth again, 53 silver up to 72 silver, so it's not huge, but it is eventually a profit. And 107 versus 2 is quite good for the Mage Weave cloth, so we'll pop that on as well. Okay, so auctions on. We now have 32,000 in posted auctions, so we might make a little bit extra on these. So I'll leave you for the moment, Stabadan. Enjoy your rest. We're going to go over to Samadan now and see how he's getting on in Western Plaguelands. Hello, Samadan. How are you? I hope you had a nice rest in this nice cozy inn during Brewfest. Let's have a look how you're doing. So you're at 16 hours and 38 minutes. You're currently level 51. A little bit way through the XP bar here, about a third of the way through. Azeroth Autopilot is getting us ready to move on to Uther's Blessing, and then we're going to move it up probably onto the Mender's Stead after that. So let's go have a look and see how things go from there. Don't forget to pick up the ore along the way, of course. Hello again, Uther. Good to see you. Right, what do we need to do? Uther's Blessing. Place the Chilwyn tribute in front of Uther's tomb. Let's go a bit closer. Thank you, Uther. Hope to see you again soon. Ah, we have some gold here. I wonder how much gold is worth. Some gold ore, 18 gold, a region average of 27. Okay, another one to add to our opportunities. So looks like we're heading into a crypt. This could be interesting. Let's stealth just in case. Aha. Foulmane, is that what we need to do? At the bottom of the crypt. Yes, I think it's behind you. Okay. Oh, we've got some righteous boots of the quick blade there. Might be able to sell those for a little bit. Looks like we have some friends here now. I didn't realise there was one behind me. That explains why my health was going down so fast. Okay, we're doing well so far. There's a sorcerer around here. Okay, we're doing well. Another sorcerer. If you go around the corner then they get the line of sight. They only have half a head. You can see from the side there. We're getting some reputation here as well with the Argent Crusade, which will all help in the long scheme of things. Okay, we're all done there. We can probably stealth our way out of this now. And suddenly it's looking a lot more occupied. Thankfully we do have stealth. And there we go, level 52. That was simple enough. Now according to here we have a pick up the quest, but I don't see one there. So the patterned weapons and armour to Thurmgrant in the Writhing Haunt in Western Plaguelands. I'm thinking it's going to be over here. So let's head in that direction. The waypoint here is telling me to go back here with a quest to pick up, which I certainly didn't see. There's no one there. So I'll type in /AAP space skip to skip that point, and then we can go and turn in this one instead. So it kind of misses that step and takes me to the next one. Looks like we've got some blindweed over here. We'll go collect that up. There's also some fishing spots as well, but those are in the wrong direction, so we'll head this way instead. Okay, now we have a fishing spot. Oh, there's some waterlogged wreckage over here. That might bring us some nice things. We'll pick up the blindweed here, then we'll head on over to the wreckage. Ah, it's despawned. That's unfortunate. Oh no, it's come back. Okay, interesting. Let's try this from another angle. There it was a minute, and then it disappeared. Okay, this could be tricky. There it is again. I wonder if you could try fishing it from a distance. Let's pretend it's here and see what happens. Doesn't seem to be picking up anything from that wreckage, even though it's supposed to be there. Right, wonder if we can go from a higher vantage point. All in the names of trying to get some wreckage. There it is. It comes from a far distance, so that's a strange one. I don't think we can get that one. We might as well fish here whilst we're here. I can't remember if we actually sold on any of our fish from before. We'll catch one up and have a look at the tooltip and see if it gives us any information. That was strangle kelp. Okay, let's try again. A raw greater sagefish. We have the auctions on. We have 24 on the auction house, but we haven't sold any yet. Region sale rate is 0.17, so it's not particularly high. So we'll fish up this pool, just get ourselves a little bit extra stock and increase our fishing level, and then we'll carry on our journey. Okay, that all done. Let's carry on. Now let's look at the route through here. Across the bridge and over there would make sense, but going through here and maybe picking up some extra herbs and things would be even more fun, I think. Let's see if that's another fishing pool. That's more sagefish over there. So let's go through this way. Ah, spiders. Very nice looking spiders. Let's go through here in stealth. It's going to be the safest way. Okay. Bit of combat. I'm sure we'll come back here at some point. There is something over here. What do we have? Fade leaf. Right, okay. A few Forsaken Outriders. Let's help out with these. Oh, we've got a silencer there. That was interesting. A blue item. We'll have a look at that in a moment. What was that? A bind on equipped gun. Min buyout of 2,500. Market value has been obviously inflated here at 58,000. Region market is 3,500. Sale average is 815. So as a weapon, that could be quite good. We have a look at it here. If you control click on the item, you can look at it. Visually wise, it's not fantastic, but it's something. So maybe that will sell. Maybe for someone collecting all the things or something like that. Might want that appearance to add to their collection. We'll try it. We'll add it to the list of things. Okay, do all of those, then hand in that. Combat training. Gory defeated. Okay, I'll try this. There we go. Okay, a temporary peace. So what's next? Field agent, we need to report up to the Mender's Stead. Okay, we've got a few things over there anyway. So let's head on in that direction. We'll just loop our way slightly to the left here. So just in case there are any herbs or ore as we go, we can pick those up. Okay, so we've got a few things here, and there's another quest we've got here. Oh, we've got a flight point as well. That's going to be handy. All set, ready for the new questing area. So we've got one here, and one there. It says get the flight point, but we have picked that up. We'll do it again just so that Azeroth Autopilot can see it. There we go. Now we've got the main ones here. So let's follow the quest suggestions in the order they've got here. It's actually suggesting go off to this direction. Which one's that for? Hulking Plague Bear, perhaps? Let's have a look. That's over that way. That's over that way. Aha, there we go. It's this one, New Era for Plaguelands. Let's head off over here. Got a few different bits of ore here. There's a gold vein over there. That's worth a detour. So it's generally wolves and bears and various samples of things, it looks like. We have a friend helping us out as well, which is nice. I love it when we get survival instincts. Size increased by 50%. It looks fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. Our troll friend was in his cat form. That looked brilliant. Now he's gone into boomkin form. I like the fact that he goes into all his different forms. Ah, we got a lovely friendly bear now. Okay, that's the apples done. Why is he a seal upside down? I think that's definitely not right. Whatever that was. Funny though it was. There we go, that was fun. Interesting change in mechanics. Using our friend Zen'Kiki here. Right, let's head back. As I'm high up, I'll stay as cat form so I don't hurt myself jumping off the end here. Okay, we're almost up another level. What do we need to do next? Use the flight path and a whole Western Plaguelands. So that's heading back here for the battle resumes. We've also got another thing all the way up here to Northridge Lumber Mill. That's going to be something we can join in a bit later. Let's do the flight point stuff first. Okay, the next stage in the journey takes us up to level 54. Another PvP talent. Let's just clear those out just by clicking on them randomly so we can see them. Not that they get used. And then we've got some more bits to do here. And then back into the fray it would look like. Okay, let's carry on here.
I am here to serve.
Okay, fantastic. Level 55. That is brilliant. And we're heading back to Chillwind Camp as well now. So that's a good point to hand in our last bits and pieces and probably finish the session there. We've got a load of junk that we can sell, a few other bits and pieces, the potions and consumables we can sell, a few things we can sell over to Stabadan. Some of the soulbound stuff we can just vendor those. Carry on to Northridge Lumber Mill, which is all the way up here, but that's for another time. We have this one, the Hero's Call, and the quest over here, but we also have the Northridge Lumber Mill over there, so that will be our next destination, up here, see what we get that way. Let's go have a look and sell our things to the innkeeper. There goes the junk, and soulbound things we don't need anymore, keeping the BOEs. Most of that seems fine, so let's go and check on our group for sending things over. So we'll go to TSM, go to our group. So a few extra things here, gold ore, herb parts. Yeah, pretty much all of this we'll just add. Actually, no, that's gone to the base group. Send to Stabadan group, there we go. Then add all of that lot in. And that's added in. And then we'll go to our group and mail selected items. That leaves us with a few things that didn't go over, interestingly. Let's try a sort again. And do a mail again. There we go. Nice and clear. 47 spare slots in our bags. We could do with upgrading our bags at some point. It's okay at the moment. We're not getting to the point where I'm really filling up. As long as we're close to a mailbox, we can always send things over. In terms of gold, we are at now 575. And our character is now level 55, looking quite good at the moment. Lots of options there. So we have some nice new legs. That's starting to look the part of a proper Night Elf Druid now. So we'll say goodbye to you for the moment, Samadan. and we'll move back on over to Stabadan and just put on those extra things that we just sent over. Hello again, Stabadan. We've got some more things for you to put on the auction house, so let's go over to the mailbox and collect those up. If we're really lucky, we'll have had some sales as well. We'll check those in a moment too. So here's all the things, we'll pick those up and then let's go have a look. We'll check the auction house first just in case there are any sales pending. So nothing as yet, hopeful, but we're okay there. So let's go check on our groups. Let's go around here and go to our groups. So we have a few extra things. A lot of this is miscellaneous trade goods. The red wolf, let's go that one, Essence of Undeath, the buzzard wings, the meat and the silk. We'll add those into miscellaneous trade goods. The green BOEs, including this blue one, we'll add those in there. So the silencer, that's going to be an interesting one. There is currently one auction at 2,500, so hopefully that will keep our average buy price the same, and the same with the righteous boots. Those aren't very expensive. Looking at that, only a 70 odd gold. That was Kelthest laughing at us. I think that was the price of our boots. We'll put them on anyway. There we go. And then the ore, we can pop in the gold ore. We'll add that in there. Okay, so we're in a good position. Oh, I didn't have a look at the herb parts. Let's have a look at those. We do have some stems there that we can combine. And we've also got King's Blood. Nothing else stems wise. Looks like this could do with being sorted out with our TSM groups actually. Let's have a look at this. On to filters, TSM, check all groups and click close. And then if we close the bags and reopen them, now everything's categorized according to our TSM. So we have a lot of extra cloth still, so that's going to add to our coffers. We've only got 1,000 on the auction house, so we are doing this in small chunks. We're not doing it in one big go, because that way we can just adapt to the prices as they fluctuate. So let's run a post scan on all of this, see what we've got. So we're undercutting the competition, so we're putting some more deep sea satin on. We already have 1,000 on, but since we put ours on, someone else has put some on. So what we're doing now is we're matching those, so we're going to put another 1,000 on. We could cancel the ones we've got, but let's keep them on for the moment. Everything else is just kind of like, this is all fine, just at whatever it sells for. The righteous boots at 75, the silencer at 2,500, that's a good price. The gold ore here at 18 gold could be nice. And then the herbs and bits and pieces from them. And then the mage weave cloth. So the mage weave cloth, we've already posted some on and no one has undercut us. So we've got the maximum amount already posted. Whereas with the deep sea satin, we have 1,000 on, but someone has since undercut us, in which case we're putting another 1,000 on, which is how that works with TSM. There we go, all that on. Looking quite interesting. We now have 37,000 in posted auctions, 2,200 total gold, 1,600 on Stabadan. So a lot of our money, our liquid money, has been reinvested back into the market. So hopefully we'll make a little bit extra on that. Get a few more extra sales perhaps. Let's have a quick look shopping wise, see if anything stands out in terms of market value. We are currently the cheapest on linen cloth, mage weave, bolt of silk cloth. So that's good to see. Some more Tempest hide has gone a bit cheaper there at 83 silver. The tin ore, there's a few things here that are quite cheap. That wild steel bloom at 450. You could possibly push that up. Our average sale price is 522. There's 20 of those on. Let's have a look. It goes, yeah, 450 then 525. So that would be a nice little, just buy those for a little bit extra. Then we've got copper ore. Again, that's interesting. Let's have a look. Copper ore is currently at 224. Then it jumps up to 243. Then it jumps right the way up to 543. We have actually sold some 12 days ago for 6 gold 29. Average purchase is 247. That might be worth it. Let's have a look. What would that be? 243, another 494 gold. Let's try that. And then that Tempest Hide is tempting. Let's look at the 83 and the 90. We last sold some for 1 gold 14, 50 silver purchase price there. So we could maybe just take those out, even though that 200 at 90 silver just gives us a 15 silver jump up. So our average price is 90 silver. Looking at those, because there's only 15 here at 83. It's going to cost us 192 gold. For a small jump up, we'd have to really go here to jump it up higher to 129. Not quite worth doing at that point. I'd maybe just take the 83 and put them on for that, just for a small bump up. Depending on what the deposit fee is on that, we can buy those for just 12 gold. That's worth a punt. Give it a go. Everything else now, market-wise, I'm not sure on. The Arcane Dust I don't think is actually useful now, because I did think this was going to be used in the Imbued Netherweave, but I don't think it is now. We could just do a general flip on that. Region sale rate is 0.32, so as just a general item that's worth flipping, that seems like it could be worth a go. Let's go with that one. Okay, so looking at that, tin ore is the only other one. I don't have any on myself. I have a terrible sale rate here of 0.02, so I don't always want to invest in this one. 1 gold 50 is quite cheap though. The region average is 0.44. How many do we have again? What's the jump points? 138 to 150, and then it goes up to 348. So again, for a small investment of 53 gold, we could potentially double our money on that one. So let's try that as well. I am still tempted by that wild steel bloom though. We'd have to go all the way up here to the 950 mark to see if we can push the price up. It's a little bit high, but we might be able to do something without the region sale averages. See, our sale rate is 1. That means we've been selling it, and we've been selling it for 522. So that's the price it is at the moment. So we'd be physically pushing the price up a little bit higher again. That's 341 gold though to do that. Can we afford to push it higher? The region market average and the region sale average is higher. So let's try that as well. That way we've taken all of the blue market variations out of the equation. So we'll go and have a look at those little investments. A little bit more invested, a little bit more markets, gives us more variety. So let's have a look at that. Let's pick up all of those. Now we're really down on our gold at 680. So we've pretty much invested everything. So that is a greater risk. We are now relying on sales before we can reinvest in anything. So whilst that is nice, we do have a lot of stuff on here now. We are relying on all those 73 posted auctions, or at least a good portion of those selling. We're at 39,000 posted auctions. So if we can get at least, say, 10,000 back by next time, that would be incredible. But we are at the whim of the markets, so we'll have to see what happens over the next 24 hours or so. Okay, investments made, more auctions on the auction house, a good spread of different materials and things like that, so it's going to be interesting to see if we get any sales. Samadan is safely back at Chillwind Camp, ready for the next level of his excursion. He's at level 55 already. Hopefully if we can get to certainly level 60 by the time pre-patch hits, and then we can get flying, and then that's going to really open up our options. So until next time, happy gold making, and I'll see you very soon.